I received a question on one of my videos asking how I incorporate the Olympic lifts with someone who's never done them before. I'm going to break this question up into the 3 different lifts. I'll talk about the clean first in this video. Just understand this is a short YouTube video, so I'm limited in the detail and progressions a little bit. But first, I'm going to assume that you or the athlete can do all of the basic barbell movements, front squat, RDL, deadlift at a reasonably proficient level. So this is Tice. He's a sophomore in high school. I've worked with Tice on and off for a little over 2 years. He's just starting to learn the Olympic lifts. We spent the previous 2 years sprinting, jumping, doing plyos, playing games, and doing all the basic barbell exercises. So in learning the clean, the first drill I have him do is what I call a full trap clean. I don't have a video of Tice doing this because it's kind of a boring thing. I have a few reps of me doing this with an empty bar. I have a terrible front rack if there's no weight on the bar, so just bear with me. For the full trap clean, start tall with the bar in your hands. Grip width is the same as your front rack. Hands slightly outside of your shoulders. Feet should be right underneath your hips, slightly more narrow than your squat stance. First thing you should do is get up on your toes. Pause for a second. Bar should be in connection with your upper thigh. Then shrug your traps. Shoulders should get back behind the bar. This is just to reinforce a finished pull position. I want you to pause here and be aware of the bar-body relationship and how this position feels, because when you do a real clean with real weight, you should get into this position. And then from here, you're just going to drop into a front squat. I like to tell people fall aggressively into a front squat. The first few reps of this are usually really gross because they don't know what to do with their arms or how high to pull the bar. This usually resolves itself with a few reps without any extra intervention. But if it doesn't, then I'll like to give the cue, don't let the bar get any higher than your belly button. And from here, we really just start to hang clean and gradually work ourselves down to the floor. The first hang clean we do is a hang clean from above the knee. Then we'll do reps from below the knee, then a low hang, and then the floor. Things I'll emphasize when we do hang cleans are brush point, arm action, so I say long arms. And I know the cue when the arm bends, the power ends cue is kind of a meme. And I don't use that cue very much, but when first learning the clean, I want the athlete to err on being late with the arm bend rather than potentially being early. And as they get more confident with the lift over time, they start using higher loads, the early arm bend just comes naturally. But if they get into a habit of a poorly timed early arm bend, that can be a difficult thing to reverse. When doing hang cleans, regardless if it's above the knee, below the knee, mid shin, whatever, I teach to dip first. So lower the center of mass only a couple of inches by driving the knees forward, trying to keep the torso pretty tall, then hinge till the bar gets to the top of the kneecap. When hinging, the shoulders should start to move to the front, keeping the chest up. Then just reverse the movement, keeping the arms long, getting into that full trap clean position, and then dropping under the bar. Now, when we do reps from below the knee, it's just the same thing with an added step. So dip, hinge, then once the bar crosses the knee, I want the shoulders out in front of the bar. Now we don't hinge anymore. We start to squat to lower the bar, keeping the shoulders out in front. In my experience, this is where most people screw up. They'll have a tendency to retreat their shoulders back behind the bar when they start squatting down, creating worse leverages on the bar. Then once we start cleaning from the floor, we'll go over the first pull. This is pretty easy because they're already cleaning from below the knee anyways. But for the first pull, I just explained that the shoulders, hips, and the bar should rise together, and the knees should get out of the way of the bar because we don't want the bar to loop around the knees. The bar should move vertically, the knee should move backwards, shoulders should stay over the bar. Common mistakes here is looping the bar around the knees and having the hips raise at a faster rate than the shoulders on the bar. The easiest fix for this is just to tempo the first pull or to do reps with a pause immediately as the bar breaks off the floor, because people will have a tendency when cleaning from the floor to just grip it and rip it. Tempo reps and pause reps don't let people do that. So that's my teaching progression for the clean. Again, it can be a little bit more detailed, but this is just a YouTube video. Next video I'll do on this, I'll go over the snatch. If you want me to cover something else specifically with the clean or the snatch, let me know in the comments and I'll do that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next video.